Welcome back to my channel. So today's video is actually going to be a little bit different. Now, quite often on my Instagram stories I do some Q&A with my followers, and I regularly get the same questions, and one that comes up over and over and over is to do with how I stay fit, how I stay slim, and especially how I stay fit when I'm traveling so much. And I totally get why people ask this so often, because it is something fairly difficult, to be honest. When you're on the road so much like I am, and I know a lot of my followers are as well, then it can be quite tricky to maintain like a fitness schedule or maintain your normal diet that you might stick to at home. So I thought I'd make a video today and talk you guys through some of the ways that I stay fit and healthy while I'm on the road. Now, before we get started on the video, I wanted to say that this video is actually sponsored by Skillshare. Now, Skillshare is a website that encourages your creativity and your passions. They have thousands of classes that you can sign up for. I signed up myself, and I've been doing some fitness classes made by a guy called Felix Harder, and he does classes where you can be anywhere and you don't have to have any equipment. So you can be working out at the beach or at the hostel, and he's just got loads of tips to do with not only fitness but also nutrition, and it's really helpful for me on the go. It is January as well, so I know that a lot of you will be wanting to learn some new skills or maybe developing existing skills. So if this is something that you want to do and something that you're aiming for in 2020, then Skillshare can definitely help with this. So click in the link below, that's in the description, and you can use my offer for 2 months of free premium membership. So why not do that today and explore your creativity? Okay, so first of all, we're going to talk a bit about fitness. Now, I've always been someone that's kept fit. When I was younger, I used to swim at national level, so I used to train every day, sometimes twice a day. I'd be at galas every weekend, and for me, fitness was just something that happened because of a hobby. Like, I never woke up in the morning and thought, okay, I need to get fit today or I need to work out. It was just what I did because of my swimming. And when I quit swimming and realized that I still had this very healthy appetite, then it became important for me to not only learn how to keep fit, I suppose, without a really intense training schedule, but just how to do it in a realistic way. Because obviously, as soon as I went to university, I wouldn't be able to keep up with the training that I was doing previously. And I actually ended up putting on weight quite quickly just because I was still eating the same amount that I did when I was training and not doing the same amount of swimming. And now I just travel so much. I spend months and months away at a time, and whilst I'm back in the UK, I do go to the gym. I work out quite regularly. Obviously, when I'm away, I just don't have that luxury. Occasionally, if I'm staying in nice hotels, then yeah, they do have a gym and it's easy enough to go and use that. But a lot of the time I'm backpacking or I'm staying in quite unusual places, I suppose, slightly off the grid. I mean, I camped in Kashmir for a month, and obviously I wasn't coming across a lot of gyms around there. So I've had to learn how to stay fit on the go. It's one of the easiest ways that you can stay fit while you're traveling is simply just by walking a lot. If you're looking at destinations on the map and it's only a few kilometers, to be honest, I usually walk it. Not only is it a good way to see your surroundings and meet people and try street food, but it keeps you fit. Sometimes I'll look on the step counter on my phone and I'll have done like 15, even 20 kilometers in a day. I remember one day in Manhattan, I did walk something like 21 kilometers, and my legs and feet did ache by the end of it, but I felt like I'd had a good workout. And although I probably did eat quite a lot while I was going round, 20 kilometers is a good workout, even if you're walking. And even if you can just do a few kilometers a day, just while you're sightseeing, then it's definitely going to stay a little bit on top of your fitness. I'd especially say this is true if you've got a beach or something like that. If you're able to just walk on the beach, it can actually be really pleasant. You can still get a little bit of a tan if you want to. And I love walking next to the water. In fact, I'm not particularly a runner. In fact, I'm not a runner at all. Sometimes if I'm running, I feel like if I was walking fast, I would probably be going faster than my run. But on the beach, I do just enjoy running. Even if it's slow, I set myself a target. So sometimes I'll look to see how far I can see down the beach. Or, I mean, on this beach, for example, there's actually 2 small pagodas at the end. And I've been trying to run to these and back again most days. And I looked on Google Maps and I think it's about 4 kilometers, so not a huge run. And like I said, I'm going very slowly, but doing it every day, it does just make me feel better, ever so slightly fitter. And it just means that I'm able to eat more, basically, because that's always my goal. I just want to exercise enough that I can eat whatever I want and not feel too terrible about it. If you're someone like me that you're possibly used to working out in the gym, then maybe you rely quite a lot on equipment. So you may be relying on weights or on cross trainers and running machines. And yeah, it does take some getting used to working out without any of this stuff, but there's plenty of exercise that you can do. I'm a big lover of squats. I do a lot of squats. I do a lot of lunges. I sometimes use a resistance band. So you can buy these on Amazon pretty cheap. I think I got mine for about $6 and they're probably available even cheaper. And you can add this to any of the workout that you're doing. So if you're doing squats or lunges, things like that, you can just put the resistance band round your thighs and just make it a little bit tougher. It does take a couple of tries to get used to using the resistance bands, but soon enough you'll find them pretty easy, and it does just add to your workout and add a little bit of resistance, which can certainly help when you're doing lower body, and I know quite a lot of people use them for upper body as well. Now, if you're someone who at home is used to using weights, or like me, I use kettlebells quite a lot, but I'm not going to be lugging around an extra 12 kilo kettlebell. So I actually try and use different things as weights while I'm traveling. I mean, to be honest, you can use your rucksack. Put it on your back, use it like a Russian bag. You can do squats with it. I've even been on the beach sometimes and I've used coconuts. Big ones are actually quite heavy, to be honest. And if you're doing sit-ups or twists, they can be a really good workout tool. You might look ever so slightly ridiculous, but it doesn't matter. Now, the second thing we're going to talk about is food. Now, I'm a big foodie. I love eating, cooking. I love talking about food. I love trying new cuisines. And for me, one of my favorite things about travel is the food. And I know that a lot of you would agree with this as well. But the difference between a holiday and long-term travel is that if you're just away for a week, if you completely overindulge all the time, yeah, maybe you'll put on a couple of kilos, but it's not going to make that much difference. Whereas if you're away for months at a time and you're constantly overindulging for every meal, it can really take quite a big toll on your body. So the first thing that I had to realize is that I can't treat this like a holiday. In fact, yeah, I might be by the beach and it might look beautiful, but if I'm away for work, it is still work, and I have to try and make sure that what I'm eating is a little bit more in line with what I might eat at home. Now, this doesn't mean that you can't try loads of delicious foods, because trust me, I do every day, and you'll be able to see in my videos that I am still quite greedy. But I try to think that, let's say I've had a particularly overindulgent lunch. Maybe I've tried lots of different dishes, or I've drunk lots of sugary cocktails, if we're filming, something like that. Then at least for dinner, I'm going to try and balance it out and have something a bit healthier, maybe fish and rice or chicken and vegetables. I actually eat quite a lot of vegetarian food as well, so maybe I'd go for tofu and vegetables. And I guess this goes the same for courses. So yeah, on a holiday, maybe you're going to have a few courses, you're going to be having dessert at every meal, which I love my desserts. But yeah, when I'm away backpacking or when I'm away working, then I can't be having dessert at every single meal. Now, maybe this sounds like I'm being a bore and saying you can't treat yourself. That's not true at all. Watch my videos, or you'll know that I am treating myself a lot. It's just about everything in moderation. So even if you've gone overboard one day, just think about it the next day, or make sure you go for a longer walk and then treat yourself a bit more. There are some ways that I actually think that travel is easier for your diet and for healthy eating. certainly across a lot of Asia and South America, then the fresh fruits are just absolutely incredible. I eat a lot of fresh mango, passion fruit, papaya. I have a lot of fresh coconuts on the beach as well, which I absolutely love. And yeah, of course we can get them back home, but they're never quite as fresh, never quite as tasty. And yeah, sometimes I'll have that for breakfast. I'll just have a big platter of fresh fruit and a coconut. And I also try to drink a lot of water as well. In a hot country, you don't want to get too dehydrated. And drinking a lot of water is obviously good for your skin, it's good for all of your body, and that would be a general health tip wherever you are, whether you're at home or whether you're traveling. So these were just a few of my tips for staying fit and healthy while you're traveling or backpacking. I hope that you found them helpful. If you guys have any of your own tips, then make sure to leave them in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.